week in American politics, hasn't it? Well, that's not going to stop anytime soon. Next week, Joe Biden will officially become the President of the United States in an event called the inauguration. He'll be replacing current President Donald Trump, who Biden beat in the presidential election in November. Now, we asked you to send in all of your questions about the inauguration, so here's our reporter in the US, Kizzy Cox, with some answers.
Hi Newsround. Who was the first person to have an inauguration?
The first person to have an inauguration was the first president of the United States, George Washington. His inauguration was held on April 30th, 1789 in New York City. Now today, the inauguration is always held on January 20th in the capital of the United States, Washington, D.C. So the inauguration is when a new president starts his or her four-year term. It always happens on January 20th at noon. In this case, Joe Biden will take an oath of office, so will his vice president, Kamala Harris, in front of the U.S. Capitol. Then, the new president and vice president will have a pass and review ceremony where they inspect the troops in a parade. Then, they'll be accompanied to the White House by the military and a military band. Now this is a formal and festive affair, and usually tens of thousands of people show up to watch it. But because of the pandemic, people are encouraged to stay home. That's pretty unusual for a president not to show up at an inauguration because presidents are always there. But President Donald Trump has claimed that he won't go because ever since Joe Biden won the election, Trump has claimed the vote wasn't fair and he won't admit that he lost. But the vote was fair and there was no election fraud. The outgoing president doesn't need to be there in order for the new president to take office, though. And on January 20th, Biden will still become the 46th president of the United States.
Hi, Kizzy. What will Joe Biden do if he's president of the United States?
Now, Joe Biden wants to do lots of things as president. There is a lot of challenges facing the country, and he's going to have his hands full. He wants to get the coronavirus pandemic under control. He wants to make the U.S. a leader in fighting climate change. He also wants to make big changes with immigration. He wants to stop separating kids from their parents at the Mexican border. And he wants to focus on police reform after the protests over George Floyd's death and police brutality. It's a lot of things to handle, and people are even wondering if he can get it all done. Thanks for all the great questions. See you next time.
Well, we'll have loads of stuff to bring you on the inauguration next week, but if you can't wait until then, head online for loads more information about it.